Hey there guys, it's Ohm, and today I'm doing a very quick look at Frozen Endzone, which just hit beta. Now this is a strategy game. It's very much turn-based strategy. If you don't like those games, then you probably won't like this, even if you like football. Just because this is a game where you have to predict what your opponent is going to do, because you're playing in turns. And it's not like you go first and then your opponent goes. You guys both play at the same time, and you have to predict what your opponent's going to do while also maneuvering around your little 5 characters. Each team has 5. As you can see, there's a blue and a green team. I don't know if the colors vary, but the environments do. They've actually got some pretty cool environments. But essentially what the goal is to either get a 3-point lead on your opponent by stepping into one of the small square end zones that you'll see there. Like, for example, right now you're seeing green ones, or you were seeing green ones on the map. And if you can get your guy there with the ball, then you will get 3 points. Now, if you can get to an end zone, which is those big rectangles that are glowing green right now on the screen, that will give you 7 points. So it's really up to the players what they want to go for, but in the standard mode, you really only get 2 rounds, and whoever's got the most points at the end wins. And the reason why this video is going to be so quick is because it's actually a hard game to record and show off, because given the fact that it's a turn-by-turn style game, your opponents can step away from the game and come back a couple hours later. Or if you got a buddy, you guys can just play back-to-back. But right now, I don't have anybody to play with, and there are significant delays in between the turns, especially during the planning phases. When you're planning things, sometimes, you know, if you're really giving it a lot of thought and you're thinking, boy, how can I get one of my characters into the end zone and get the ball to him before I get tackled, you might spend 5 minutes working out different ways things can happen, because the game also allows you to manipulate the enemy units during the planning phase and try to pretend like you can see, like, what happens if my opponent does this, and you can take one of his characters, make him run to one side of the map or whatever else, and then see how it plays out. You can get a sneak peek, you can watch it, and then once you commit, your turn is locked in, and you gotta wait for your opponent to lock in. The turns play out. Now here's the thing, right? Frozen Endzone actually shows you the outcome of each turn, but when the game's over and if you watch it back, everything plays out. All turns play out in just several seconds usually. It's really crazy. So for you, even though you're going through these planning phases and you're moving units around and all that, and the game's taken, you know, for example, 10 or 15 minutes to finish, the reality is, once things execute and once real time happens, games end in seconds. It's crazy. Another thing I do want to point out now, the visuals are certainly a lot better than they were in Frozen Synapse, which again is another strategy game they made. That game had really simple visuals, and it was more based around combat. This has significant upgrades to the visuals, and it's also got a really badass soundtrack. In a lot of ways, I want to recommend it just off the soundtrack alone, but I know the gameplay is not going to be for everybody, because it does take some patience, and it can be frustrating at times when you're getting your butt kicked by guys who understand strategy in this type of game much better than you do. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna let this roll out though so you can hear the rest of the song. It's actually really good, and be sure to leave me some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you think. This is your type of game, and stay tuned for more videos. I will see all of you guys next time.